welcome into Wednesday night truck and tractor pull action at the Racine County Fair as we are underway in our first couple of classes here. The lightweight farm tractors on the grandstand side and the altered street gas trucks from Badger Truck Pullers is on the pit side. And this truck here is John Colmetz from Watertown, 85 model Chevrolet. He's sponsored by John Service Highway and Heavy Truck, Concord Inn Bar and Grill, Badgerland Roofing. 2024 points champion is here now onto the track to see if he can defend his points title here in 2025. He's got to go farther than 307. And that's not going to be the way to do it. Drive line issues. He loses the rear drive shaft right off the starting line and buzzes the RPM to the max, and 141 and 89 in front wheel drive is all he'll do. And folks, he shakes his head in disappointment, and let's give him a little love as he can hear you now. He's by the flagman. Show him a little support here tonight. Yeah, I got a little grin out of his face there as he leaves a little oil on the track as it gets a little hot and steamy. Blows a little out of the blow-by.
Up next in our 5,500-pound class, Brad Genzel out of Caledonia, Wisconsin. Oliver 77. Looking to beat the distance of 250.55 set by Oliver Keys. Brad's distance, 188.73. Now you might see that speed limit says 5.1, but these drivers, they've got 100 feet to get their speed limit underneath that 5 mile an hour range. So it did register 5.1, but that was prior to him getting to that 100-foot mark.
Dave Thomas out of Winton Lake is here to the track now. Here comes the Ford out here. The green in color, the one and only Ford that's in the class here in Badger Truck Pullers Alter Street action out of Winton Lake. Tighten up the chain there, kind of right in those ruts. Now the pullers do have the chance to spot that sled wherever they'd like to, and he's going to straddle the ruts on the starting line. I would suspect we'll see somebody change that starting position. As the night goes on here in the track, and now a little issue behind the truck, and that gets resolved here as we get ready for the green flag. Where are my Ford truck people at tonight? Where are my Ford people in the crowd? Let's go! That's it right there, folks. Let's give our one Ford a nice round of applause. Plenty of RPM and horsepower, not enough traction at the tire here tonight. It goes 249.67, and his distance, not what he was really hoping for. As he'll unlock the front hubs and just not able to put the power to the ground, spinning the tires really hard and waiting for him to bite up. They stayed on top of this clay track, and 249.67 is going to be the distance tonight. Yeah, that's Dave Thomas out of Winton Lake.
Up next on the public enemy sled will be Luke Castenson out of Raymond on the other M5 Minneapolis Moline in this class. Now, I'd be willing to bet that Luke and Brett probably have a little side bet going on whose M5 is going to pull further tonight. I'm guessing it's probably one of them snow cones we were talking about a little bit earlier. Luke's distance, 182.97. The distance for Luke, not quite enough to beat Brett's mark with his M5, a 218. So I'm guessing Luke's probably going to owe a snow cone or two tonight in the activity building.
2 trucks remain. Here in the Altered Street class, there's 2 remain. Richard Niles, he's out there now out of Janesville. Driveline Design, RJK Concrete and Snow Plowing, his sponsors. More data on that pass there. Gets to have another shot at it here. Last in the class, and there's one exhibition to round out the night. This is the last official distance of the category here. 163.8 is the mark here for this truck, as we will get those results posted here now and give you a rundown of those. And we thank you to all of the sponsors here of the pole night here at the Racine County Fair: Asphalt Contractors, County Line Contractors, Earhart Farms, County Line Hall, J. Nevery Services, Jerry Wilcom, Inc., Performance Planning, Tom Fleisch Jr. Farms for all their support here on pole night at the Racine County Fair.
If you folks like pulling action, we've got 3 nights of pulling action here at the 2025 Racine County Fair. Tomorrow night, we're going to have the garden tractors and the Tri-County mini rods, followed by the fan favorite Combine Demolition Derby. And then Friday night, we'll be back again with several exciting classes of trucks and tractors right here at the Racine County Fair Friday night. This is Keith Kane out of Bristol, Wisconsin on a 1952 Oliver 88. Keith's distance, 146.55. Not quite enough tonight. April Forsyth is still our leader on that 8006 Deutz. I'm sorry, that's Oliver Keys is our leader at 250.55.
Our exhibition truck out here now from Brinksville, and the altered stock class, a 2003 GMC Wyatt Judday out here for us. Truck sure runs good. Let's give that young man a hand as he's building this truck up for us here, making a pass for you. Our entertainment. Out here just for our entertainment here tonight. Wyatt from Franksville and that 03 GMC, a newer model here out on the track, showing it that the new stuff can get it done also. And he's in his exhibition as he's not quite meeting some of the rules, I would say, still kind of building the truck up as he's getting there for this class. And the results here will give you those as this Oliver, after this Oliver comes down our way. Oliver Super 88.
This is Nathan Hageman out of Burlington, Wisconsin. Oliver 88. Nathan got everything he could out of that Oliver 88. Gets him a distance of 152.39. Folks, if you'd like to get involved in the Racine County Fair, we got some great opportunities for you. Saturday morning, we've got our livestock auction. That'll be held in the sale arena, right in between the cattle barn and the pig and sheep barns over there. So be sure to come and support our youth. And then Sunday, we've got the fur and feather auction. That'll be in the poultry and rabbit barn area. Great opportunity to come out, support our youth, buy one of their fair projects. And then we've also got our pie auction and woodworking auction, some chainsaw carving stuff that'll be available on Sunday afternoon as well. So support the youth, support the Racine County Fair. We've got a couple auction opportunities for you guys to get involved here at the Racine County Fair.
Here's the final order for the Badger Truck Pullers Alter Street results. In the 9th spot, John Clements, Justin Holmes 8, Richard Nylas 7, Dave Thomas 6. The top 5, Mike Johnson finishes number 5 on his Chevrolet 273. 274 is Colton Whitty finishing in the 4th spot out of Beloit. 3rd place to Matt Alsmo from Watertown, and he went 289. 2nd place to Ryan Voss from Burlington at 294. And the winner in the class, John Russell from North Prairie with his Dodge, Gen 1 Dodge 307 and 39 to get the win in the championship win here at the Racine County Fair in the Altered Street Gas Truck class.
This is Jerry Henningfeld out of Raymond, Wisconsin. Oliver Super 88, built in 1958. Jerry's distance, 164.32 for Jerry.
On the Badger Trucks puller side, you can see him down there working on the starting line as they grade in some of the ruts created from the previous class, and that gives a chance for our pullers in the next class to take a look at that orange cone. And then sometimes getting forgotten about in the sport of pulling, that orange cone standing down there, that can get moved side to side and to spot that iron anchor. And if I was the first puller in the next class, I'd put that cone all the way to the center of the track and come out of the hole there, right where that Packer's been driving. It's nice and smooth. That Packer turns around and then comes back up the track. And he's got a nice smooth entry. And if they roll that fresh dirt down, put both tires as far to that center white chalk line as you can. Of course, here the white chalk lines indicate the out of bounds mark. If any part of the tire of any pulling vehicle hits that white line, they're out of bounds and DQ'd. So you got to run right up to that white sideline. And we'll see what happens with our next puller there, if they do move that cone or not. And it would be kind of a hero or zero move if they do elect to change that, as our next class is going to be the Badger Truck Pullers Pro Street Diesel Truck class. Johnny Hooper will be the test puller out of Palmyra, and Johnny Hooper was out on the track starting flagman position earlier this evening, and he will be the test puller in the Pro Street Diesel Truck class. Brought to you by Badger Truck Pullers, as we like to thank their great sponsors: Nanneman Concrete, MCJ Trucking, Ferry's Auto Body, Perdance Meats, Johnson Creek and Juneau, and Exonia, Jefferson Kern Electric, Almond Service, John's Excavating, Suefoot Science and Designs, Durenberger Diesel, Jensen Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, 1848 Construction, and Highway Light and Landscape.
Up next in our tractor class, Bill McNeil out of Lake Villa, Illinois, Farmall Super MTA. Oliver Keys is still our leader in this class. He set the mark of 250.55 a little bit earlier in the class, and that's the distance everybody's shooting for here in our 5,500-pound farm stock class today. Bill's distance, 163.52, 183.52. I'll tell you what, this has turned into an absolutely beautiful night for truck and tractor pulling. The sun's starting to go down. We got a little bit of a breeze. Perfect summer night here at the Racine County Fair. Tomorrow is Children's Day here at the Racine County Fair. Be sure to come back and check out a lot of the great activities we've got going on tomorrow. We'll be judging the Junior Swine Show and Swine Showmanship in the show arena. We'll have the Junior Western Show in the horse arena. There's going to be a kiddie tractor pull in front of the grandstand. Cream puff eating contest. Cookies with the Queen tomorrow afternoon. And then garden tractors and the mini rods. And like we said, the fan favorite, Combine Demolition Derby. Chad Barker out of Trever, Wisconsin. Another one of the Oliver tractors here tonight, an Oliver Super 77.
Our first big diesel breathing truck in the Pro Stock truck category comes out onto the track now.
Sounds like Chad brought a cheering section along tonight. Chad's distance, 228.19 is distance.
And here we go to get ready on the Pro Street Diesel truck side of things. Johnny Hooper from Palmyra, 96 Dodge, called neckbreaker. It will be the first one out. Looks like some Niddle 420s. Street tread out here on the new clay track. Will it work for him or not? We shall find out now. Where are my diesel truck people at in the crowd? Where's my diesel truck fans tonight? Nice, smooth pass, Dodge. People put it together. Johnny 12 valve with 12 valve coming under the hood stack, and street tires. Well, that's one way to keep the RPM upstairs.
All right, folks, we're getting down to the end here in our 5,500-pound farm stock class. We've got two left in this class. This is going to be Stacy Force out of Darien, Wisconsin on a 730 case. And then we'll have Craig will come back. He turned down his first pull or the test pull in this class. So let's see how we finish out this class. Everybody's still looking to beat the mark set by Oliver Keys at 250.55.
Yeah, he turns down that hook there about 250, 254 on the back read for Johnny Hooper. He turns that one down. He'll be coming back later in the class.
How about it, folks? Let her hear you. Knocking on the door. 249.08. Not quite enough, but right there, enough to put her into second place tonight in our 5,500-pound class.
So close with the case right there as the fun continues over on the Pro Street truck side. Derek Northey from Fort Atkinson's out here with his 97 Dodge. Calls it corn-fed Ram. Brought to you by Clement Towing and Recovering and Pete's Tire. Zeal tighten the chain. Thank you to MAV Hydraulics, Concord Inn, Gallants Excavating, J.W. Wagner, Duntley Waterworks, River City Truck Repair sponsors the Badger Truck Pullers action. As this will be our mark to beat here in the Pro Street diesel truck class, another 12-valve Cummins. You're coming your way. The RPM goes away for him at 254.83. 254.83 will be the distance here this evening for Derek Northey here in this class. We will see a mixture of mechanical injected P-pump trucks and common rail trucks in the category as well. So a mixture here in the Pro Street diesel truck class. And the rules here in this class are 8,000 pounds is the maximum weight, 26-inch hitch, DOT street legal tires. And you can run that stock appearing engine with no limitation on the fuel or air, just limited to diesel fuel only. And you can run as much as you want, maximum of the one P7100 injection pump or dual CP3s. So we do have that little variation on the common rail, only two CP3s on board, which provides plenty of fuel. Some of them run one big stroker 14 mil CP3, others run 210s to get the fuel in the common rail side of things. All these trucks running a hand throttle, no foot control throttle on these vehicles here in the Pro Street diesel truck class. And no turbo limitation in here as well, water injection on board. Water injection would be needed on a lot of these trucks to help keep them cool as they go down the track as cylinder temperatures gets awfully high.
This will be our last puller in our 5,500-pound class. This is Craig Shanebeck out of Darien. He was our test puller in this class. He turned it down. Going to see if he's got enough to beat that distance. Now, in the sport of tractor pulling, we've got the mulligan rule. So as long as Craig got her shut down by the 100-foot mark, they'll pull him back, provided everything's worked out with the tractor. He can get it refired. They'll drag him back, and he's going to get one more attempt at this hook.
I was watching over there on that track, and he killed that tractor just about as fast as you lose an argument with your wife. That's about as fast as that tractor killed on him.
Have you been to my house before, Chris?
No, I have not. No.
So Oliver Keys still with the distance to beat. I see a few Oliver's family members over there on the starting line. I think they're probably just as nervous as Oliver is if he can hold on to that distance and win this class here tonight at the Racine County Fair. Craig's got a different idea tonight. He's hoping to beat that distance here in our last hook in the 5,500-pound class.
Garrett Hefflers will be awaiting the green flag over on his side after that Farmall run. This is one of the common rail trucks. A great bunch of sponsors on here. Vixen Motorsports, ICR Electric, Optolube, Diamond H Farms, Remke's Garage, Dan's Diesel Performance. Some of his sponsors along with D&J Precision Machine. And D&J Precision builds some of the biggest and baddest engine blocks and engines in the country. Also brought to you by Marengo Auto Body and Glass out there on the weight box. And we're going to go over to that track next. It will be Garrett Hefflers from Marengo, Illinois, in his rookie season with the Pro Street Diesel trucks, the Badger truck pullers. Longtime puller, first year running for points here in the Pro Street class. It's Garrett Hefflers, the Dan's Diesel Performance, Marengo Auto Body, and D&J Precision Machine, Remke's Garage sponsor. Dodge comes our way. And one of the mechanic hands down at Dan's Diesel Performance is inside this truck as well, as that's where you see the big Dan's Diesel Performance under the driver's the front door, I should say, on the bottom of the front door. Dan's Diesel Performance on there. Optilube, one of the great sponsors, and Diamond H Farms out of Vixen Motorsports. The truck is called the Vixen. It's an 06 Dodge Common Rail. One of these trucks running the twin.
Looks like we're looking for a pull-off tractor over on the tractor side. Craig's got some problems that he can't get going here tonight, so we're going to get him towed off the track here in just a second.
There's one of 300 feet. Put your hands together. You'll go 309 and 2, 309-1-2 to take over the lead. Garrett Hefflers and Vixen Motorsports, the team out of Marengo, Illinois, your new leader in the class. Great partners of Badger Truck Pullers, Steve's Car and Truck Repair, Dan's Diesel Performance, Racine Excavating and Grading, Ann's Farmington Inn, River City Truck Repair, Dunley Waterworks, John Service of Exonia, Mav Hydraulics, Concord Inn, Gallus Excavating, J.W. Wagner Enterprises, Matco Tools, Stop Fire Extinguishers, Lake Country Heating and Cooling. Sponsoring the Badger Truck Pullers action this season, and a big thank you to the Fair Night sponsors of the truck and tractor pull action here in the grandstands. Thank you to all those folks here tonight. And we find probably gonna try to pull start it. There's only one way to be successful with a Farmall H, and that's put a John Deere in front of it. Or Farmall M. You put a John Deere in front of it, and that thing's got all kinds of power now.
Folks, give him a big hand. Not quite the results he was hoping for tonight, but hey, he gave it a great shot, came back, thought he had the bugs worked out of it. Not quite what he was hoping for, but let him hear you tonight. These guys don't get paid a lot, and they don't make a lot tractor pulling, so a little round of applause goes a long way with these guys. I'll have the top finishers here in our 5,500 class in just a second. You want? Seventh place goes to Brad Genzel. Sixth, Mike Schiller. Fifth goes to Brett Waldron. Fourth to Chad Barker. Third goes to April Forsyth. Second goes to Stacy Forsyth. That'll be a nice ride home tonight. And our winner in our 5,500-pound farm stock class, our youngest puller here tonight in this class, Oliver Keys out of Union Grove, Wisconsin. Oliver, 88 with a distance of 250.55. Our winner in our 5,500-pound class here tonight. It looks like Craig got his tractor refired, it looks like. Looks like they're going to let him have another shot here at the Public Enemy sled before we close off this class. So hang tight here, folks. This might not be over yet. We might shake up this order here in just a little bit.
Sarah Lynn Tarski from Watertown will get the green flag. 01 Dodge called Big Bad Wolf. Field Customs, their sponsor, 2023 points champion on the starting line. So close right there, Dodge fans. Put your hands together. Sarah out here tonight with her truck called Big Bad Wolf. Dwayne Marshall and Shore West Realty HTDM Towing and Recovery out of Lake Mills sponsoring the 2025 season for Sarah Larentowski. Past points champion in the class. She'll make a run for it to 298 and 16. That will put her number 2 inside the class so far. 298 and 16. Garrett Heffler still the leader at 309.
All right. Craig's distance, 180.18 was his distance. And that does nothing to change our top 7 here tonight. So congratulations to everybody in our 5,500-pound class. And our winner, Oliver Keys. Now, folks, we're going to turn up the horsepower, turn up the speed, and turn up the smoke on the tractor side. We're going to go to our South Central Wisconsin 10,500-pound altered farm class on our Public Enemy sled.
The truck side, we continue on. Away from the Dodge action, now we got something different here to cheer for, and we like this. 2009 Ford, sponsored by Elite Injection Systems. The truck's called Unforgiven with support from Elite Grading Systems out of Harvard, Illinois. Brenton Lindenberg with his Power Stroke, 6.4 Power Stroke 09 Ford Super Duty, 309. And 1-2 is the leading distance of Garrett Heffler's out of Marengo, Illinois. Brenton Lindenberg from Harvard. Where are my Power Stroke people? Raise your hand if you're a Ford supporter here tonight. This one is your truck to cheer for tonight. $279 and 87 is the mark for Brenton Lindenberg. 279 and 87. That'll put him 3rd place here in the class. 3 trucks remaining. Carl Erkley from Jefferson will be our next Pro Street diesel truck. 96 Dodge will come to the starting line. He'll be followed by Jamison Keck from Delsma, and Johnny Hooper will conclude the class. And that'll be the open stock trucks will come out onto the track next from Badger Truck Pullers, and then it's the street diesel class will round out the pulling action here on Wednesday night Racine County Fair. Thank you for being here. A lot of great pulling action on this gorgeous Wednesday night.
So this South Central class, they are limited to 10,500 pounds, 466 cubic inches. They're limited to 3,000 RPMs, a 2.42 SXE box charger, a 13 millimeter P7100 pump limit, 2 ports of water with no intercoolers, and a 20.838 tire top cut only. This will be Tom Fleece. Will be our first puller in our altered farm class. I told you folks we were turning up the horsepower, turning up the smoke, and turning up the speed. Tom's distance 334.21 with a speed limit of 25.4. Now Tom is our test puller in this class. He'll have the option to turn that hook down and come back at the end of the class. We'll get word from the track and see what Tom wants to do. All right, word from the track is Tom's going to turn down that pull and come back at the end. So our next puller, Josh Nevry, will be our first measured distance in our altered farm class tonight.
Carl Orkley from Jefferson will get the green flag here. 1996 Dodge, Gen 2 Dodge with the hood stack. Let's see what he has for us here tonight. 309 is the distance to beat. Nice run right there. Looks like the folks with power-driven diesel giving some power to that truck as well. You see the stickers on the side there and a QR code on the side of that one. Encourage you to scan that QR code and see what happens. Zoom in with your camera onto the truck there. Carl Erkley, 275.38 is the mark. 275 and 38. That'll put him number 4 into the top 5 of 2 trucks remaining here in the diesel class.
The South Central Wisconsin Tractor Pullers would like to thank their sponsors, Hegeman Construction, the Dover Inn, Plugged Pipes, Malcow Farms, Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha, Werner Electric Supply, Big O's Trailers, Fox Valley Truck, Synergy Plumbing and Backflow Testing, Progressive Dairy Solutions, Cooligans Barn Grill, Jensen Insurance Services, Rural Insurance, Kohlberg High Performance Tractor Repair, JB Operations, in memory of Bob Zastrow, Earhart Farms, Performance Planting, Kelscher Implement, Happy Holstein Farms and Trucking, Asphalt Contractors, D.D. Schultz Trucking, Atlas Tractor, Uline, and All Pro Mechanical. Thank you for your sponsorship of the South Central Wisconsin Tractor Pullers. How about it, folks? Josh Nevry's distance, 336.93. That's going to be the mark to beat here tonight in our altered farm class. Josh is out of Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin. Josh is one of the members here of the Tractor Pull Committee at the Racine County Fair and one of our sponsors as well here at the Racine County Fair Tractor Pull. If you like red tractors, this altered farm class is your class. We got a lot of red tractors in here and one John Deere. So John Deere fans, you will have a chance to do some cheering here in our altered farm class here tonight.
This truck here is one that you do not want to drop your nacho cheese off your nachos onto this one. This thing is spotless right here. Love to see this one out here this summer. Jamison Keck out of Dowsma, 91 GMC with the twin stacks coming up out behind the cab. And it's custom built flatbed GMC with a full rack of weights on the front, different engine and tire combination out here than what we've seen so far here inside the class. And this is a great ride right here. Good one for the Snapchat coming your way. Jamison Keck. See what he has for us here tonight. Right into the mix of things, working to get to the top 5 here in the class. And he goes 276 and 78, 276 and 78, 1 foot farther than Carl. And there'll be one truck remaining here to see if Garrett Heffler's can hang on for the win here tonight.
Next up on the Public Enemy sled, this will be Mark Dahm out of Prairie du Sac, Wisconsin. On his International 1066, he calls the Cornfield Cadillac. Mark's distance, 333.70 Mark's distance tonight. These guys will be pulling tomorrow night in Portage, Wisconsin. Kind of right in the heart of the pulling season here. It's kind of county fair season and a lot of summer festivals as well. So this altered farm class and the pro farm class from South Central, they'll be pulling in Portage tomorrow night.
One unique thing earlier, you mentioned the P7100 injection pump in this class, which is a new rule change for the 2025 season. Last year here, these tractors had the rotary Model 100 limitation on it, same as that 1086 on the roller would have had the same injection pump. But now in the altered farm class, they've opened up the injection rule to allow an inline P7100, and most all these tractors have outfitted their tractors with that over this last winter, spending the few $1,000s that it takes to convert from Model 100 over to the P pump. It takes a little bit to do that on these high performance hot rods. You know, some of these drivers probably spent $18,000 to $20,000 to convert the fuel system over and give them just a little more horsepower here tonight, and that's helping them do pretty well out here on this new fresh track at the Racine County Fairgrounds. As we go to the diesel truck side with Johnny Hooper on a Palmyra, last diesel truck of the night right here in the Pro Street class. Not going to be quite as good a run the first time around, as he's got a lot of coolant and fluid out the bottom. He also got a really nice pair of vice grips holding his front steering rod together on the neck breaker. You can see that if you catch a perfect glimpse at the front end under the engine. And 241 will be the mark for him, about 10 foot back from his first attempt here this evening. Thank you, County Line Hall, Earhart Farms, J. Nevery Services, Jerry Wolcomb Inc., and all the great sponsors like Performance Planting, County Line Contractors, Asphalt Contractors, Tom Fleisch Jr. Farms for your support of Truck and Tractor Pull Night here at the Racine County Fair.
Up next in our altered farm class, this is going to be Bobby Wisniewski out of Salem, Wisconsin on a International 1466. Bobby's having a heck of a season here in this class. He was the winner last weekend at Helenville, Wisconsin, and 2 weeks ago he finished second to Josh Nevry at the Rumble by the River in Big Bend, Wisconsin. So Bobby's having a heck of a season here in this altered farm class in 2025.
Our next class on the Badger truck puller side going to be the open stock trucks. Will be making their way out here next as we got the results coming your way after our next tractor. International red one for you.
How about that, folks? Bobby's season keeps going on. Bobby's distance, 337.85, makes him our new leader in our altered farm class here tonight.
Results of the Pro Street Diesel Truck class with Badger truck pullers. They look like this here tonight. Johnny Hooper, number 7. Derek Northey finishes number 6. Carl Erkley, number 5. Jamison Keck in 4th. Brenton Lindenberg into the top 3 out of Harvard, Illinois with the 09 Ford at 279. 298, we find Sarah Larentowski out of Watertown with her 01 Dodge, finishing 2nd place this evening. And the big winner tonight at the Racine County Fair, 309 and 12. Garrett Hefflers from Marengo, Illinois with the Dan's Diesel Performance, Optolube, D&J Precision Machine out of Vixen Motorsports gets the win here tonight at the big Wednesday night fair night in the Badger Truck Pullers Pro Street Diesel Truck class. We're going to get the sled reset and dialed in for the open stock trucks. Going to go back over to the Noise Boys next on the Iron Anchor. And the night will conclude for us on the pit side with the street diesel trucks. What we're all waiting to see here tonight, who will be king of the street diesel truck class this evening. I tell you what, it's been great to have you up here joining me in the announcer's booth calling the action. It's been a fun-filled night and a lot of stuff gone down the track so far. We're not done yet. A lot of great supporters and sponsors that we love to talk about, but more importantly, too, we'd like to mention all the fans here tonight that are hanging out with us and enjoying a bit of summer weather here as we get into the second half of summer. Hard to believe we're on the home stretch and enjoying great county fair truck and tractor pull action. Thank each and every one of you for hanging out and making us part of your Wednesday night at the fair.
Always a pleasure working with you, Chris. Up next, out of Blue Mounds, Wisconsin, is Mike Kelsvig. On his International 1466, he calls Pitter Patter. Looking to beat the distance of 337.85 set by Bobby Wisniewski. Not quite enough tonight. 319.71 the distance for Mike.
Open stock trucks are the next class coming out here. They weigh 6,200 pounds. DOT street legal tires, and you'll see the headers here going down and out the back of the truck. That's the difference here between the super stock and open stock. The super stock that we'll see on Friday night here at the fair, they have the exhaust headers coming up onto the hood, and the super stock, you will not see that here tonight. These engines 482 cubic inch, and the DOT street legal tires and blocked up suspension. Weight boxes on front, and these are no longer street driven trucks. They're competition built pulling machines out here to fend for the championship here at the Racine County Fair on Wednesday night, with Badger truck pullers, all these competitors pulling for points here to add up to the points championship at the end of the season. And our first puller and test truck will be Alan Carter from Burlington, 1979 GMC. It's hooking for ALS here this summer. Sponsored by Whitty Supply Company, Bonner Farms, the Racine Company, Red Lion Racing Oil, and Newman Tools. A cherry red GMC of Alan Carter out of Burlington. He's going to shake and rattle the grandstands for us here tonight in the open stock 4x4 truck class. Now there's a good pass right there. Put it together, fans. Wow. 3:23 and 73 here at the start of our class. That's a tough run. Will he keep it? Will he turn it down? That's a tough decision here at 3:23 when we're first one down the track. Sun starts to go down here, and the track conditions are just prime and optimum here. Does he have enough on that run or not? He says he's going to keep it. He's going to set the mark to beat right there. Sled set, and here we go with the John Deere.
This is Kevin Earhart out of Union Grove. This is our lone John Deere in this class. So John Deere fans, here's your chance. Put your hands together. Kevin's one of our Fair Board members here at the Racine County Fair, and one of the guys on our tractor pull committee here. Does a great job in his crew putting together our truck and tractor pulls here. How many of you folks were here in June for the Southeast Wisconsin Showdown? You guys might remember Kevin hurt this tractor at that pull. Did some damage to the clutch. They had some work to do since then and got a new clutch in it, and still getting to learn it a little bit, but here back tonight to put on a show for you guys. John Deere fans, let them hear you. Kevin's distance, 321.66.
Big thank you to the great sponsors here helping out on fair night here at the Racine County Fair. Great partners to be in business with and helping out, supporting, and give a big thank you to these folks when you see them. Our great friends at Asphalt Contractors, County Line Hall, County Line Contractors, Earhart Farms, Jane Every Services, Jerry Welcome Inc., and Performance Planning, Tom Fleisch Junior Farms, and Bauer Design and Construction. All great partners here in 2025 at the Racine County Fair Truck and Tractor Pull Nights. We got our mark to beat in the truck class, 3:23 and 73. Up next will be Jason Hirsch from Ford Atkinson. Our first Ford in competition here in the open stock division comes onto the track next.
We'd also like to give a big shout out to our Michigan volunteer firefighters here for safety tonight here at the track.
Jason Rorish out of Fort Atkinson, 1985, brought to you by Duntley Waterworks, Brahms Tire, Steve's Car and Truck, North Shore Customs. Here we go. There's a good pass right there forward, people. New leader, 3:29. Down out the end of the track. See you later, 3:29 and 75. Our new mark to beat, Jason Rursch, with the truck sponsored by Cam Car Reynolds, North Shore Customs, Duntley Waterworks, Brahms Tire, and Steve's Car and Truck Repair. Proudly bringing Jason Rursch down the track here tonight. 1985 Ford, new number 1.
Up next on our Public Enemy sled, this will be Chris Malco out of Monroe, Wisconsin, International 1466. Looking to beat the distance of 337.85 set by Bobby Wisniewski on his 1466 International. Let's see if Chris has got enough to chase Bobby tonight. Knocking on the door, but not quite enough tonight. Chris's distance, 328.45, the distance for Chris Malco. The South Central guys are going to be tomorrow night. They'll be in Portage, Wisconsin up at Veterans Memorial Field. Looks like August 2nd, they're going to be in Utica for the Utica Fest in Utica, Wisconsin. So look for the South Central pullers coming up the next couple hooks here in the calendar.
Mike Pillatry out here now out of Watertown. It's a 1976 Chevrolet. Calls this truck Money Pits. Truck is sponsored by River City Truck Repair and Highway Light out of Watertown. Mike Pillory, 1976 Chevy, here to make a run at our mark to beat 329. Does he got the power under the hood? Let's see. Cheer him on, fans. So close, give him a hand, a nice smooth run. The display of power out here tonight by Mark out of Watertown, 3:21 and 58. That'll put him number 3 here in the class at 3:21.58. Thank you to the great sponsors, Dan's Diesel Performance out of Majeski Park, and visit Dan's Diesel Performance online as they supply diesel performance truck parts to people all across North America. They are the Midwest #1 trusted diesel source. If you need a custom turbocharger, transmission work, or a whole lot more. Visit Dan's Diesel Performance online or give them a call to see what they have for you.
This is going to be Kevin Holterman out of Union Grove on an International 1066. Still chasing that distance set by Bobby Wisniewski of 337.85. Kevin's distance, 332.38. And if truck and tractor pulling is your thing, folks, Friday night we've got quite a few classes lined up for you. We're going to have the 6,200-pound Superstock truck class, the 8,500-pound work stock diesel truck class, the modified trucks, the PI Incorporated 3.0 diesel trucks. On the tractor side will be the 9,500 farm stocks, the 12.5 enhanced class, the 14,500-pound turbo farms, and we'll wrap up the night with the PI Pro Farms and the PI Super Farms here Friday night at the Racine County Fair.
Our next open stock truck going to be Steve Ryder from Burlington, 1987 GMC model, 2023 open stock points champion. Sponsored by Suds and Wrenches Garage from Burlington. And it's the live wire out here on the track tonight. Got a big task in front of him. A big job to get down the track here. Past 329.75 is the leading distance. Jason Rursch and his Ford is the current leader. The street diesel trucks start to make their way into the hot pit arena here tonight. They'll be the last class on the grandstand side. Yeah, we are 4 trucks away from seeing who we will crown king of the street diesels on a Wednesday night. The live wire is a little bit crooked, but he says, hey, I don't care. Long hair, don't care for the live wire. Let's go. .312 and 83 is the mark. 312 and 83, a little bit back from the top spot there as he was a little crooked on the starting line. Had to get it straightened out just a bit. And here comes the new tractor for me, one I haven't seen yet before over on the South Central side. That's the great part of announcing for me, as I've been at it for about 12 or 13 years, and they're here for us now. We're in trouble. We said something wrong, obviously. Look out.
I'm pretty sure they're looking for you, Chris.
They're looking for me.
This is going to be Ryan Lindenberg out of Harvard, Illinois. International 1256, he calls the Misfit. Hey, nice pass for Ryan. Said it's a tractor we don't see real often. His distance, 302.83. We'll have one more tractor in that altered farm class. Tom Fleece turned down his pull, the first pull, so he'll come back as our test puller, and he's looking to beat that distance of 337.85 set by Bobby Wisniewski.
Jake Oshner, he's out here from Mayville, 1979 Ford, calls it Doc Holliday. A lot of great sponsors for this truck. Schaefer's Racing Oil, Kurtz Service Heating and Cooling, Oshner Custom Harvesting, Emergency Starting and Towing, and A&W Iron and Metal, helping in the 2025 season for Jake from Mayville. Yeah, he has the blue and orange 1979 Ford. .43 the distance, and these distances starting to go back a little bit. Some of these drivers are going to have to look for some good fresh dirt to give it a try here tonight in this open stock truck class, as we're waiting for somebody to figure it out to get up to our leader, Jason Wersch. 3:29 and 75 is the leading distance, and Jake just goes 3:03.43 on that pass right there.
This will be our last puller in this class. Told this was Robert Fleece driving tonight. It's Tom Fleece's tractor, but Robert's in the seat tonight. Turned down his first pull, looking to beat that distance set by Bobby Wisniewski of 337.85. How about it, folks? Put your hands together. Looks like turning down that first pull and coming back was the smart thing to do tonight. .339.02 is going to be enough to put Robert into our lead and win this class here tonight. I'll have results for you here in just a second in our altered farm class.
And on the track now, boy, take a look at this truck, a three-time points champion. On our starting line, Mike Johns out of Janesville, Wisconsin. It's an 84 model. It's GMC, calls the truck the Sling Blade. Two big sponsors on the truck this season, MCJ Trucking and Johns Excavating, his business out of Janesville. And the black GMC moved the sled over close to the inside of the track, and let's go. Mike Johns, three-time points champion and new leader tonight, 3:22.
And he gets my vote for coolest helmet on the track tonight. That red, white, and blue open face helmet by far is the coolest helmet you're going to see at the pull here tonight. Here we've got the final results in our altered farm class. From 5th place, Kevin Holterman. 4th goes to Mark Dahm. 3rd to Josh Nevry. 2nd to Bobby Wisniewski. And our winner tonight, Robert Fleece, driving the tractor owned by Tom Fleece with a distance of 3:39.02, our winner in our South Central Wisconsin altered farm class.
2 trucks left to go, and I got my excitement ahead of me a little bit. Mike Johns, 3:22. Our leader's 3:29, not 3:09. So there, we got to cheer nicely on for Mike Johns. It's a really nice pass, 19.5 miles an hour. He had the speed, 3:22 and 42. Technically, that puts him in 3rd. So my correction there on the results, 3:23. Alan Carter's 2nd place, and Jason Rush is 3:29, not 3:09. As I had thought in my head, and he is the leading distance so far. There's 2 left to go, and we'll see if we can beat that 3:29 and 75 distance. That's what we got to do. Cody Hanneman will be the next driver to try and do it. Out of Waterford, Wisconsin, he'll be the next open stock truck. And then Kevin Rogel from Kansasville, he will be our final competitor. Alan Carter, he was the first puller, and he kept it, and he's sitting number 2 in the class here so far.
Over on the tractor side, we're going to go to our 9,000-pound Pro Farm class. These guys are limited to 466 cubic inches. They can run 3,500 RPMs. Now, all of these tractors must plug into the scale. They've got an RPM monitor on the scale, so they are checking RPMs after every hook. They're limited to a 3-inch GT42 box charger. They can run water injection, but no intercoolers. And they can run a 20.838 double cut tires. This is our 9,000-pound Pro Farm class, and our first puller will be our test puller in this class.
What a nice flood setting again, Jeff. But I'll do some internet searching tonight.
Sponsored by Senpico Oil and Nanaman Concrete. Our next truck is out here.
That first puller in that class, that was Gary Dahm out of Dane, Wisconsin, on a tractor he calls the Badger Binder. His distance was 324.27. Now we'll get word from the track to see if he's keeping that one or turning it down. All right, word from the track is he's keeping it. That's going to be our first official pull in this class. So that'll be the mark to beat, 324.27.
Cody Nanaman, 2020 model Ford Super Duty called cross-threaded. Got over to the right side of the track, just maybe not having the best run over on that side, as he's a bit back from the leader at 3:14 and 08 for Cody Nanaman. A 2020 model Ford F-250, calls it cross-threaded. Nanaman Concrete, his business out of Waterford. A great supporter of the truck, obviously, for Cody Nanaman, and that's an excellent truck, and 3:14 and 09, and it looks great as well. And that brings us down to 1 left in the class. Kevin Rogel will be coming out here next.
South Central Pullers would like to thank Hegeman Construction, Dover Inn, Plug Pipes, Malco Farms, Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha, Werner Electric Supply, Big O's Tire Trailers, Fox Valley Truck, Synergy Plumbing and Backflow Testing, Progressive Dairy Solutions, Cooligans Bar and Grill, Jensen Insurance Services, Rural Insurance, Kohlberg High Performance Tractor Repair, JB Operations, in memory of Bob Zastro, Earhart Farms, Performance Planting, Kalsher Implement, Happy Holstein Farms and Trucking, Asphalt Contractors, D.D. Schultz Trucking, Atlas Tractor, Uline, and All Pro Mechanical Incorporated and Keystone Heating. Thank you for your support of the South Central Wisconsin Tractor Pullers. Up next will be Jeff Kucinich out of DeForest, Wisconsin, on an International 1066 he calls the Black Stripe Bandit. Jeff's distance, 308.70, the distance for Jeff.
Chain gets tightened with Kevin Rogel from Kansasville. He's close to home here tonight. MJ Nolan Farms sponsored Empty Pockets GMC. Last to go, 329.75 is the leading distance. Jason Rush and his Ford is the leading truck. And here we go, last one that can do it, Kevin Rogel. Yeah, and each competitor gets 2 competition attempts here, so he's going to take attempt number 1 off the board, get backed up to the starting line again with the iron anchor, and he'll have 1 final attempt to make it down the track. A good run there. Give your hometown driver a hand. 3:15.53 the distance. Kevin Rogel, Kansasville, GM3 at 3:15 and 53. Last truck here in the category. We'll get those rundowns to you here shortly. And Stock Street Diesel is our next class on the pit side.
Next up on the grandstand side will be Tim Edquist out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, a case 1070. Tim and his family are heavily involved in the truck and tractor pull down at the Kenosha County Fair coming up here in just a few weeks. Sounded like Tim lost a little boost there. Got her shut down before that 100-foot mark. Now he kind of coasted past it, but He made the attempt to get a shutdown prior to that 100-foot mark, so they're going to get him dragged back, and he'll get her spooled up again and give her another shot to get her sent down the track here at the Racine County Fair.
I think there's only two things you can do here if you're driving that tractor. Either you find a different gear or you find more horsepower right about now on the starting line. Because it's taking power on the track. If you haven't noticed, we talked about it at the beginning. It's a different track surface out here this year at the Racine County Fair. The fair board and the members and the work was done here to resurface the track, which is an awfully big task. A lot of dump truck loads of dirt. I wouldn't even have to know to guess, but I'd say at least 60 to 80, if not 120 dump truck loads. I'm going to say at least 100 dump truck loads of dirt is what it takes to do this surface. About 18 to 20 inches thick is this clay. And I should ask Kevin sometime. He knows the dump truck load's probably well over 100 is what I would have to guess for two tracks like this. And it is doing well out here. The dirt is, and the competitors do well out here on it as well. Sometimes it catches them off guard with the different track here tonight. Boy, I hope he's not out here tonight to impress his girlfriend, because, boy, tough to do when you lose all your weights out on the track, folks. That's a tough break here tonight as parts on the track. Let's give him a nice round of applause. The only thing he's going to get here tonight is your support. Our first trucks out here in the street class out of East Troy. David Dugrat is out here from East Troy, 2014 Ram 2500, class of 10 trucks.
Hey, folks, one more time. Give him a big hand. Not quite the results he was hoping for tonight. But I'll tell you what, if I could drop 100 pounds that quick, I'd be all over that.
On the truck side, it's David from East Troy, 2014 Ram 2500 test puller, street diesel trucks. King of the Street Diesel Trucks, going to crown the Wednesday night Racine County Fair champion here in this class of the Street Diesel Trucks. All the bragging rights are on the line here with our 10 competitors. How about that, fans? He's working for every inch on the track here tonight with his Dodge. 289 and 80 is the distance to kick the class off. Get us started here. Street Diesel Trucks, 289 and 80 is the distance. David from East Troy. We'll see here if he gets to decide on this one. If he likes it, he can keep it. If he wants to try again as the first puller, as the first one to see the track conditions in the class, he does have that choice. Tony Caldwell will be up next from Racine. Noah Brandt, Russell Gessling, Michael Anderson, Ross Lamar, and Roger Pitchler are our first few competitors to go. A reminder in the Street Diesel Truck class, if you're standing down there, have to turn the headlights off as we pull here tonight, so keep that in mind. To keep those headlights off on the track. Also on the starting line for our drivers, I would dare any of those trucks to move that starting line cone over to the infield side of the track. And whoever moves that orange cone, I can almost guarantee that they're going to win the class if you start in those different ruts. We'll see. We'll see what happens. See if anybody makes the move with the sled, as we got 9 more competitors to go. Tony Caldwell from Racine will come up there next. Our last truck, a 2014 Ram. This is now a 2015 Chevy Silverado 2500. Tony Caldwell from Racine. '15 is the newest model year we see out here in the class. Nice hook right there. Chevy fans put it together. The High Country Chevrolet. 284.08 is the distance, and close to the lead, but not good enough here tonight. That'll put him second place, 2 trucks in. 289 and 8 is the leading mark. And Noah Brandt will be our next truck.
I don't know if you saw that or not, Chris, but he had a cooler of snow cones in the back of that one too.
Yeah, he did. The blue snow cones in the cooler. I'm willing to bet for the pit crew there, having a great time, just like everyone here on Wednesday night, Racine County Fair, having a great time, and the good times can continue all of this the rest of the week here at the Racine County Fair. Hope you get a chance to come back and hang out with us here this week.
So this looks like up next on our tractor side, this is going to be Pete Cordes out of Kansasville, Wisconsin on the John Deere 8100. He calls Color My World. He had a nice pass going there, folks, for a while, and the boost just went away. Peter's distance, 312.89, 312.89. One more big shout out to all of our pull sponsors here at the Racine County Fair. Asphalt Contractors, County Line Contractors, County Line Hall, Earhart Farms, J. Nevry Services, Jerry Wilcom Incorporated, Performance Planting, Tom Fleece Jr. Farms, and Bauer Design and Construction. Thank you for your continued support of truck and tractor pulling here at the Racine County Fair.
Back in action here at the 2025 County Fair. Noah Brandt is out of Burlington, and he drives the 07 Dodge Ram 2500. 289 and 8 is the leading mark to beat here in the street diesel truck class. And we're going to crown king of the diesel truck class, king or queen, here tonight in the Racine County Fair street diesel class. 289. Going to take a big mark to get closer to the 300-foot mark to be the winner here tonight. Going to have a near-perfect run. We'll see if Noah Brandt has it in the 07 Dodge. There it is, fans. Put it together. New leader. Nice pass right there. 3:15. He gets the job done. Noah Brandt out of Burlington. 3:15 and 78. Our next diesel truck going to be Russell Gessling, and then Michael Anderson, Ross Lamar. Next three to hook.
Up next on the grandstand side, this will be Kyle Cook out of Dane, Wisconsin, on an International 1066. He calls his Summertime Sweetheart, looking to beat the distance of 324.27 set by Gary Dahm out of Dane on the Badger binder. How about it, folks? 331.64. That makes Kyle our new leader in our Pro Farm class here tonight. The Pro Farm class, they're going to be pulling tomorrow night again in Portage, Wisconsin, then August 2nd at Utica. August 2nd, it looks like they're also pulling in Arlington, Wisconsin. Yep, it's a 10 o'clock pull in Utica, and they'll load up and head to Arlington for a 6:30 p.m. pull on the same day. So they're got a busy week coming up here in the Pro Farm class for the South Central Wisconsin tractor pullers.
Russell Gessling on East Troy 2014 Ford F-250 Power Stroke. $300.17 is the distance. 300.17 Russell Gessling from East Troy. That'll put him into second place here in the class with a 6.7 Power Stroke 2014 Ford. And he's going to look for a tow-off tractor at the end of the track for that truck. As punishment to the driveline clutch area is the result at the end of his run. And they'll climb on that John Deere to get him back to the pit area. Bring up Michael Anderson from Raymond, and his Ford will be next. 4 Fords in a row here in the street diesel truck class.
That was Oscar Pfeffer on the tractor he calls live action out of Rosendale, Wisconsin. His distance 324.01. And folks, we've got a lot of grandstand entertainment coming up for you here in the next couple days here at the Racine County Fair. Tomorrow night will be garden tractors and the Tri-County Mini Rods, followed by the fan favorite Combine Demolition Derby. Then Friday night we're back here again with two-track action, some exciting truck and tractor pulling action for you on Friday night. Saturday night will be our annual Bulls and Barrels competition. If you like a different kind of horsepower, be here Saturday night. See them riding bulls and racing barrels with a different kind of horsepower. And then Sunday we've got two sessions, the afternoon session and the evening session of Demolition Derby action right here at the Racine County Fair.
On the track, a little bit different here than what we were seeing. I think should be Cody Welter from, no, it's not either. We got a mystery truck on here now. That's what we got, mystery truck. Yeah, I like that. A good pass, 286 and 28, guaranteed to need an alignment. Well, that'll be one to keep an eye on Facebook Marketplace if it says fresh alignment or not when it goes up for sale tomorrow. Yeah. 286 and 28, the distance for the no-namer, GMC. Somebody just jumped in from the parking lot and got in there. That's what I'm guessing. Hard to say.
This will be John Elmer out of Monroe, Wisconsin. On the John Deere 4020, he calls counterattack. Looking to beat the distance of 331.64 set by Kyle Cook out of Dane, Wisconsin. John's distance, 321 even, 321 even.
We're back on track now. 1990 Ford F-350 comes down, roaring down the track. Michael Anderson. In 1990, give them a hand, giving it all the kahunas that thing has tonight. A work truck with a flapper. That's cool. That guy smokes Marlboro Reds, drinks PBR, drives that Ford around town. 190 and .87. 190.87 is the distance for Michael. Yeah, Michael right there. Anderson out of Raymond. Up next to be Ross Lamar, Roger Pitchler.
Up next on our public enemy sled, this should be Jake Holterman out of Muskego, Wisconsin. This is a new tractor. I haven't seen this one before. Let's see how he does tonight. Not a bad pass for a tractor we haven't seen much of. 301.98 is the distance for Jake Holterman.
Staying with the Ford on the track now, the street diesel truck class, 06 Ford F-250, 6-liter Power Stroke from Kansasville, Ross Lamar. Loses all boost at about 200 feet. Intercooler or the boost pipe clamps come apart, and that's it. 194.69. 194.69 will be the distance for Ross Lamar, and he had an excellent run going. Very good looking pass for the 6-liter Power Stroke out here tonight. The only 6-liter I believe that we may see, maybe one more. 194.69 is the mark.
think that was the Golden Harvest tractor. All right, that was Joe Holterman Jr. out of Muskego, Wisconsin on the Golden Harvest tractor. His distance, 332.27, makes him the new leader tonight.
On the truck side, this is going to be Roger Pitchler from Franksville. 97 Ford F250 7.3 Power Stroke called Power Smoke. He'll be on the track now. 3:15 is our distance to beat. Noel Brandt is the leader. Power Stroke fans, nice pass. Give him a hand. He does real well. Doesn't run out of power. Good effort. 289.85 is the distance. 289, that's going to put him up to third place, all the way up to the top three for Roger Pinchler. The Power Stroke at 289.85.
Up next on the tractor side, this will be Fred Potratz out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin on the International 966 they call Cool Again. Had a good pass going until the boost went away, 318.10. They're looking for a pull-off tractor on the tractor side of the track.
Cody Welter's out here from Sturvant with their 03 Chevy. Then it'll be Matt Waddell, Johnny Hooper. 3 trucks remaining here in the street diesel truck class. Going to try to give that championship bragging rights here to the Racine County Fair street diesel truck winner here this evening. Noah Brandt in his Cummins-powered Ram is up there at the top distance leading spot. 3:15.78 is our leading distance. 07 Dodge Ram as the leader. 03 Chevrolet is on the track now. Cody Welter. A good effort right there for Cody Welter. Then not quite the ground speed that we're used to with the trucks. Maybe trying something different here this year. 286 and 53 is the effort. This her truck really keeps clawing and digging at the end of the track and finishes strong at 286 and 53, shooting for that top 5 position. Two trucks remaining, Matt Waddell and Johnny Hooper.
Next up on a public enemy sled on our tractor side in our Pro Farm class, this is going to be Mike Kraus out of Janesville, Wisconsin, on International 1066. Looking to beat the distance of 332.27. This track has taken some power tonight. Mike's distance, 329.04. Looks like that puts him into 3rd place currently in our class, with 1 more to go.
'07 Ford F-250 out here from Whitewater. Matt Waddell, 315 is the leading mark. 2 trucks to go here this evening. .210.28 is the mark, giving it all he had here tonight.
And I think he wins the award for most patriotic truck here tonight, Chris. He's got a blue hood, a red cab, and a white box. And this should be Joe Holterman Sr. out of Muskego on the Insane Harvester. Looking to beat the mark of Joe Jr. Actually, and these guys went 1-2 last weekend in Helenville, so let's see if they can do the same thing here tonight. Joe Senior's distance, 331.02. Looks like that might be good enough for third place tonight.
Green light is out for Johnny Hooper. He'll await the flags for his pass. Last in the truck class out of Palmyra. 01 Dodge 2500. The race truck out here in the street class. Johnny 12 valve on the socials. Johnny Hooper will not let out of the gas. 250 and 51 is the mark for him as he sends the RPMs to the moon. Good year. He would have liked to have about a half a gear more. With those street tires here, we'll get your top 5 in the street diesel truck class. We should have one more tractor to go here tonight to round out the Wednesday night truck and tractor pull action. More pulling coming your way tomorrow night, and then Friday night we're back on the track with big truck and tractor pulling. The rodeo here on Saturday at Demolition Derby Sunday. What a great week of action. Top 5 in the class. Number 5 is going to go to Cody Welter at 286. Fourth place is going to go to David DeGraunt from East Troy with his Ram at 289. Number 3 in the class, to Roger Pitchler from Franksville, 289 and 85. Second place tonight going to go to Russell Gessling from East Troy at 300.17. And the class champion for bragging rights in the street diesel class is Noah Brandt from Burlington 07 Dodge. 315.78 grabs the win here tonight. And we'll wait to see if we have one more left in the tractor class, and that'll send it and do it for me here tonight. I'll hope to see you back here Friday night. That's will do it for me. My name is Christopher Clark from outside of Sauk City, Wisconsin. Glad to be back here once again at the Racine County Fair.
Christopher, always a pleasure working with you. Look forward to working with you again on Friday night. Travel safe back tonight. Here's our top 5 in our Pro Farm class. Fifth place goes to Gary Dom. Fourth to Mike Kraus. Third goes to Joel Holterman Sr. Second goes to Kyle Cook out of Dane, Wisconsin. And our winner in our 9,000-pound Pro Farm class goes to Joe Holterman Jr. out of Muskego, Wisconsin with a distance of 332.27. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Hey, you don't have to go home. You just can't stay here at the grandstand. But check out, there's lots of stuff going on the fairgrounds yet. We got a lot of exhibits going on. But be sure to be back here tomorrow night for garden tractors and the Tri-County Mini Rods and the Combine Demolition Derby. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you again soon.